Welcome to a new episode of Wedding Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, the team from Weddings a la Mode and Mode Events joins us with a special guest to chat about all things wedding related. Now pour yourself a drink and let's get to planning. All right. Happy Wedding Wednesday, everybody. We are so excited to bring a new guest to the show tonight. This is his first time with us. Without further ado, please give a big round of applause, whether you're at home or traveling, whatever you're doing. Hopefully you're safe. But I would love to introduce to you Colin of Pulp Ink. Big round of applause. Woo!
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Good to see you. How are you?
Good to see you. Are you in Chicago?
I'm in Chicago. I'm in our River North office, just kind of hanging out, chatting up the storm with you, hopefully.
I am at home right now. Yeah. So it's interesting. You said you're at your office. Have you been going to the office since COVID hit?
Go to the office probably at least once a day. Check in,
really?
Do some stuff, get some packages, pick up samples, drop off things to clients, just get the mail and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty much every day.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot to talk about. Yeah, so much to talk about, and we'll definitely get to everything. I should have first started out with the fact that Pulp Ink is a stationery design company, is how I refer to you as, based in Chicago. And you also have another company, which we will talk about later, called Haversack. Is it just Haversack, or is it something longer that I might be missing? Just Haversack.
Handles or Haversack, it's just Haversack.
Yeah. And so you are the sole owner, correct, of both?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's already very impressive. I've worked with you in the past, and as people are planning their weddings, I hope that this episode will help answer any stationery questions that they might have. We can also talk about with Haversack what services that entails. But would love to hear more information about like how you even got into the industry, and then we could talk more about your companies. So how did you even, I call you a stationery designer. Is that like a good title?
2001 and the store. Have you been to the West Street store?
Have I been to the West Loop store?
No, the West Street store was in River North, it was in Old Town. It was a retail brick and mortar store.
No.
That's how
I've been to your office before. Of course, with clients.
Yeah, sorry. They're cleaning the office. If you want to know, I wanted to talk about like that. So, but yeah, we had a retail store from October 2001 to I think it was 2013, and then we just moved to the studio. Before that, was a retail store with carpets, gifts, and everything like that. And then we did some custom stuff, but the custom stuff just kind of took over the business. So sort of right size, for lack of a better phrase. Just kind of threatened on the customer. The retail store was a good vehicle to build the client base. So,
okay, so first you had your store, and then that led to. Did you have stationery at your store?
We did custom, and that's kind of, I think the retail brick and mortar store was sort of how we cultivated our client base, which are still with us now. So it was sort of a good introduction for us to our audience and things like that. It was great. I mean, it was a long run, but the custom stuff just kind of took over the business. Which is very good. That's what I like more anyway. So.
Yeah. And I feel like with any business, you kind of will build it to your needs. Like if you're discovering that customers are wanting more of something, then you'll turn your focus to that. That makes sense.
Definitely agree. So yes. So yeah, it was the custom stuff was great. So again,
do you call yourself a stationery designer, I wonder? Or I refer to you as that.
I sort of call it event design because we do everything from napkins to maps to programs and everything like that. And
that's
not
fair.
Necessarily just wedding. It's not necessarily bar mitzvahs.
Right.
It's not a sort of a minor category. So we'll design everything. Basically, the company starts or is evolves based on what customers want, which is how I understand.
That makes sense because when I've worked with you in the past, I've brought wedding couples to you, and you are a designer in general. That's a really good point because you helped design like monograms and logos. You're not just doing the stationery. I had one wedding with you where you created a logo for the couple.
We'll do anything. Not anything.
Yeah.
We'll just, as long as it fits sort of a brand, I'll help out any way we can.
Yeah.
If they ask, then they're going to do it. So,
yeah. Well, I remember we had a wedding together and we used the logo on like stickers, and you can basically anything that can be printed, I would imagine.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah, we'll print anything. Right now, we're doing one of the kind of things we've done some film backgrounds and things like that. So it's definitely always a journey of work in progress. So,
Yeah.
I don't really think we can't do anything.
I have to ask because it's just such a hot topic right now. Since COVID hit, how has that affected business in terms of like people planning and working with you and whatnot?
Well, that's halted for the most part. They paused. We had a couple events canceled this weekend, which was kind of disappointing. But as far as how we've changed, we've done more like menu things like that for like boxes and virtual gallons and things like that. We didn't bring it for that. We just done.
And I guess that's where Haversack would come into play more, right? And
So, yeah, ironically, they played off each other really well.
so
So
Haversack is like welcome boxes or like boxed, yeah.
Swag, anything really day off. That's not part of the stationery franchise. But yeah, Haversack lended itself really well to COVID because a lot of people doing boxes. And we just did something for the ACE Foundation this weekend, so we just did benefits for that. So it's sort of been definitely a journey as far as what has COVID.
Yeah, I would feel like now more than ever. Yeah, I would think now more than ever, Haversack is busier. Is it busier than normal? Are the business inquiries more than normal with Haversack now that there are more virtual services?
Ask, and then we do a lot with the caterers and a lot of services and things like that. So from the consumer to consumer standpoint, it's not harder, unfortunately. But with our existing client base, it's been really well. It's coming really well.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think bunch of larger events for caterers get involved, and we're attorneys get involved, and so forth, which I'm a decent amount of stuff. So it's good. We've also done a lot of stations.
Are you able? I hate to interrupt. Are you able to move closer to your microphone? I'm like an old person. I'm hard of hearing, and even with these earbuds, I call these ear pods or something. My boyfriend's like, no, it's AirPods. I'm like, sorry.
Yeah, they're AirPods, but this is a good one too. So. But there's the yes, this is it. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, this is better. Thank you. And then how about like not to go back to COVID, but are you having people, if you can explain how the process works when couples work with you, because I've worked with you as a wedding planner. I come to you and I say, these are our needs. This is what we think we need. And then from there, you always tend to build upon it and you help design and create things. But that has involved people coming into I call it a store, your studio. Is that right?
Studio. But
yeah.
Right now,
but are you able to do that, or is it all virtual?
Well, we get a large conference room as opposed to the studio. This is just bigger, and it's in the office, and we'll meet with them, or we'll do everything virtually. So we'll do samples and do it that way. But some people don't want to come in, some people do. Or I've done curbside pickup. Like I've showed customers, they pulled up, I showed them samples, paper, I dropped things off at the house. It's good because we're so centrally located. I can pretty much literally run anywhere. So a lot of the samples I just drop off at their house.
I'm picturing you like hustling paper, like pulling up in your car, opening your trunk and be like, these are the samples I have.
A little Willie's only, but yeah. But a lot of curbside people come up, just put their mask on and meet them in front of the building, or I'll run over their house or anything like that. So they can feel the paper, look at ink colors, we do ink tests. If they want a special ink color, we do some holiday cards. If they want a certain green, so I can show them a certain green. So I've been out more as opposed to people coming in.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it helps to see and feel the paper.
Color doesn't translate well through a computer screen.
Oh, that's true. Color will look different on a screen or in a picture than in person. So if I'm a guest receiving an invitation and I open it, it'll, I don't know, not to get like a hippie, but I feel like it's an experience.
It's experiential. You need to feel the paper, the ink, and how it's printed, if it's letterpress printed, which is pressed in, things like that. But again, you need to see colors. Fine, because I don't mind running around all the time. It's getting a little colder. So,
I always forget letterpress is in, and
letterpress is
then
in.
what is it called when it's raised?
That's engraving, which is what. Uh, see
Is
it
that a
raised.
palm tree with Christmas lights?
Oh, that's
I
that's
love
fun.
that. Take me away.
Letterpress.
Oh, cool. Like,
Letterpress,
take
you
me
can
away to wherever that is.
the things was really fun. We did it was custom card. We did it was kind of fun.
Yeah. Well, I
That's
wanted
why
to
I thought.
show, these are some images of the Haversack. So this is like an example box.
And we did
So,
custom egos, custom shot glasses, and we did it. We that had a succulent in there, a first aid kit, a bottle opener. It was actually a really super fun project.
where was this wedding? Or what event was this?
It was for a
Wedding?
wedding. It was at I think the Four Seasons. Off the top of my head. Yes, with her girl.
And is this a wedding as well?
That was a wedding as well. They were big Cub fans, so we did a Cub fan bag as well. And we put a Cubs hat in there too. That was super fun.
So cute. I love personalization, which is like the name of your game.
That looked familiar to you.
Yes, this is a wedding we did together. So they got married at this place, just so viewers can understand. So they got married here at this castle, and then you did a bunch of stationery. This is just the save the date, but this is, yeah, they were very pleased, as everyone's been. I actually recently saw Jonathan and Brian, who you did stationery for.
Oh, actually, theirs was at. Where's that wedding?
Their wedding was back in 2018, and I really liked working with them because their color palette was copper and burnt orange and gray. And no disrespect to anyone who's watching who is planning their wedding and they have blush, but I'm like, blush is like still the trending color, unfortunately, I found. And it was just nice to get a breath of fresh air. With this couple wanted gray, like steel gray and copper and burnt orange. And I was like, yes, like something different.
Yeah, no, I was gonna grab. I should have brought more samples.
Oh, it's okay. There's so much here. I'll show a couple.
Logo for that was a really fun wedding too.
Oh, I love this. Was this like a Gatsby inspiration?
It was a Gatsby-esque wedding. And
Art
it was
Deco.
Drake. It was super fun.
And then, oh, this is pretty. I can't zoom in, unfortunately, but
That was a program we did on metallic green paper with white ink for one of the wedding designer or wedding florist that we got friends with.
Okay. This picture makes me happy.
That's actually Red Press, which is our new line that is the same stationery company or stationery designer / printer that we use. So we just acquired that. They're based in London, and they just do an amazing job with everything.
I mean, you have so much work. How many years have you been doing stationery?
October 2001.
2001?
Another Red Press holiday card.
2001 that sounds so far away.
Yeah, I know. I woke up and I'm old. But yes, but yeah, that was Red Press is new. It's from London. It's the same. It's approved by the Queen, so it's the only station in the Queen for Charles used.
Yeah, I hear. Let me find. I have a couple other pictures to show. I have tons, but I like hearing the story behind it. Is this the Chicago skyline?
That was the Chicago skyline, yes. It's cards using that skyline for those guys. That was super fun. This
is cool. This is for a wedding, right? It's very clean and modern, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not traditional. The couple was actually original. It was on 3-ply paper. It was amazing. It was a fun party.
Yeah, here's another. Oh, this is nice.
Racing Chicago with the map of Chicago. On the envelope liner, a little pattern to the left was based off the bride's dress. So we just created that pattern because she wanted to incorporate part of her dress.
Here, I think I showed. Oh, we already did that one. Yeah, cool. Well, I'm obviously a fan, so I could go on and on with your pictures. Do you have to ask the photographers in advance, like, can you please take a picture, or do most of them know?
Well, they do, and we have to ask for it. A lot of couples are kind of tentative about giving us photos because it's one of the few things in that whole wedding or any event that actually has people staying in it. So we will not ever display anything without written approval from the client. This is disrespectful. We have a lot of clients that don't want their show because again, you never know.
Yeah.
It's just a privacy issue, I think. But we generally do it.
How often or how far out should couples contact you
6 months.
when thinking about stationery? 6 months?
If they do a save the date, it should be here. That is out, 9 weeks or 2 weeks.
Yeah. I'm losing you on the audio. I'm wondering if. One second.
I can just talk louder.
You're like, I will just talk like this the whole time. Make sure you don't have any pimples. Like,
No,
we'll see. I moisturize every day. I do my best.
Better now?
Huh?
Can you hear me better now?
Maybe. I think so. I'm like losing you.
Right now?
I almost want you to do like a mic check rap or something. We've used so many. I mean, it's so crazy. We've been doing virtual meetings since March, most of us, if we haven't been doing it already.
I haven't. Should I take it off echo cancellation?
Yes, maybe. That sounds like a thing.
Sound better now?
I hear myself now. Echoing.
You couldn't hear yourself before?
No. Okay, so maybe this is good. I
Can
think
you hear me now?
Yes, this is good. I feel like this should be a commercial for like a Zoom commercial or something.
Yeah, I can hear you fine, but I feel like my responses are delayed.
Oh, I think we're good now. Whatever you did, clicking, unclicking.
I canceled echo canceling. So
Okay. Have you seen? I want to say this. I have not been paid to advertise, but I think it's Progressive or something where they have these commercials on TV, and it's their internal team on a Zoom call, and they're like making fun of all the things that could go wrong. Have you seen that yet?
Yeah.
They're so cute. It's like the dogs in the background, or like you have a family member walking by.
Right.
I really feel for all the people who have children who are trying to work from home and balance that. Like, it's hard enough working from home for some people, like in your spouse, and tough times for sure.
Yes, but yeah. Well, luckily, I mean, just compared to we didn't have this. So.
Cool.
Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Thank you for like. I'm not a good tech person, so we'll figure it out together. Okay, good. No, this sounds better.
Okay, good.
Okay, so you're saying about 6 to 8 months out. If they're doing save the dates, we usually say 6 to 8 months to send it.
Start everything a year before your wedding. If you're doing save the dates, start looking at releases in January because that's kind of the peak of wedding season.
Yeah.
So usually you're ahead of time, but we have proofs going for June next year already. So people have already decided. It kind of depends on what you want to do.
Is it possible? Is it possible for someone to approach you too soon? Is there such thing?
Your wedding's a journey, and if you start it too soon, you're going to change the colors possibly.
You're going to change your colors, yeah.
Right, you could. So, and you could find something else you like. Because again, a lot of things come out in January. So if it's around January, you usually take it away until after the holidays. So
you said January, you typically try to.
That's when a lot of the new releases start coming out.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of the designers introduce things and redo new designs and things like that. So and the new papers roll out.
That's a good thing for couples to know, that most of the new things roll out in January. So if you can wait until that. So you're thinking like if someone can approach you in I don't know, November, December, they might as well wait if they have enough time. If they have enough time. Okay. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, it varies a little bit, but we do so much custom stuff. It doesn't always matter. But again, you never know what a new designer is going to bring to the table.
Yeah.
If you can.
Yeah.
Then you can always,
Is that when
like
the
I
new,
said,
like the Pantone color of the year is announced? I'm forgetting.
yeah, the paint color of the year is like a gray brown, which is interesting.
It's brown?
What? The paint color of the year.
It's out already?
Yeah, paint, but not PMS.
I can't hear you.
There's a paint color of the year.
Okay. You're like, do I need to do sign language?
No, and I'm actually really yelling. So,
You're yelling right now?
I'm talking normally.
Oh no.
Is that better?
Okay. Yeah. I appreciate it. You're gonna leave the show like with a sore throat, and then you're gonna think you had COVID, and that's not good.
Actually, can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Okay, because I turned up the mic.
Well, I had someone from the team saying you might need to turn off echo cancellation, but I think you already did that, right? Okay.
I'm sorry. I turned up the audio on the mic volume.
Okay. Thanks. It's a journey. I think we've said that before.
Why do you feel bad? I'm sorry.
Life's a journey. So when couples come to you, what are the questions, the initial questions that you ask? Like, what should couples prepare in advance for you to help you start working on a quote? Like, what are your initial questions?
What they need in their invitation set. If they need an invitation, a reply card, a hotel card, an accommodations card, which is the same thing as a hotel card. If they have a website, if they want to list the website somewhere.
Right.
What else? If they're doing a virtual dinner, sometimes people like to include that. And
accommodations card.
Right. If what they want things to say, as far as the wording, colors, if they have a target budget, they can say that. But sometimes it's not budget, so that's
for budget, because most couples haven't been married before, do they even have a budget? Do most couples have a budget lined out? And then how do you help them navigate through that?
We start off with like a wish list, everything they want, and then we can evolve it to where they want to feel comfortable, where they feel most comfortable being.
Yeah, because I don't think people understand, like, okay, minted.com is a very popular website.
Right.
And there are other websites out there where you can order your stationery for your wedding through the website, which feels easy to them, I would think, if I can speak on behalf of couples that I've had. They think, okay, that sounds really easy. I just go in and I type it and they send a proof.
Right.
If I could sell you as a designer and other designers that I know, I'm going to quickly say the benefits I think, and then I would love for you to see if there's anything else I've forgotten. But like we were saying, there's something about touching the paper and seeing it in person. The color is different. Feeling it. How do you feel when you open this letter? And then also like you can make a custom thing. Like everything that I've done with you has been customized, and it makes it that more special, and it sets the tone from, would you agree there?
Definitely, because again, you need to see the paper color, the ink colors, the paper colors, the printing process. We help with the wording. Some people don't know how to word their wedding invitation because why would they? And what else? And we do dressing too. It's interesting.
You're talking about your audio?
Yeah. No, I wonder if it's just a bad Wi-Fi connection.
Possibly.
Or if it's just,
But you know what? Like, I want to have you on the show again. I'm not kicking you off. I want to keep talking to you. I'm just saying that like if this is like a poor audio quality, we would love to have you on the show again, and we can readdress things. Things are going to change. Hopefully COVID will be not as bad, so we can talk about how life is then.
Yes. Well, as far as, but I can hear you fine, which is,
yeah, no. Maybe it's because I know you, but I'm able to understand what you're saying. But total side note, I'm drinking a pumpkin cold brew from Starbucks. Have you had it yet?
I had that. It's very good.
So good. And I'm worried because I'm having caffeine and it's 7:30 where we are in Chicago. So this is bad. I'm going to be up at like midnight, like but so good. Okay, so we were talking about budgeting, and is there like a ballpark that you recommend people saving up for?
Again,
How do you even do that?
It depends on how many
Their
pieces they
needs.
need. My
Yeah.
charge about $8 an invitation.
Okay.
Which is a good starting point.
Yeah, I know it's hard because, like I was saying, like couples haven't been married before, so a lot of what you do and what I do as a wedding planner and any wedding vendor is educating
Right.
couples. And where I was going with the Minted and any online service, there's a reason why working with a stationery designer is probably a little more expensive, but it's worth it.
We're really not that more expensive.
Yeah.
I think what could happen is a couple could get excited when they see things, and they just build more things to it, and that can increase the price point. But if a couple says we want to be at $1,800, we can get you $1,800 easily. As an example, we get you $1,000. We can get exactly where you want to be.
Yeah.
It's just contingent on how you want to spend money.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. Because couples don't think about all the other things that you're saying. They think I need to save the date and I need an invitation, and they don't think about the detail card that they need, like with hotel accommodations or noting their website on there. The RSVP card, which is part of the invitation. So not only are you telling everybody that you're getting married, but you need to hear back if they're coming.
No, yeah, definitely, it's important.
And that needs an envelope.
Right, you have to go through selections and things like that too. So.
Yeah. Do you handle like the stamps and mailing for clients?
We generally stamp and mail for the client as added value. We don't generally charge for that. So it's just added value. I mean, we know it's going to be done correctly. Not to say a couple's not going to do that, but we know how to insert it. We know how to seal it. We know exactly what to do. We know what post office to take it to. So I'd almost rather do it ourselves. We know
you'd rather couples do it themselves.
No, I'd rather we do it ourselves.
Oh yeah, okay.
I know we know how to see levels, we know how to do all that, and it's just kind of value. It helps them out. We probably do 80% of our weddings we mail for clients. So
you said you do 80% of your clients are what?
We mail for them.
Oh, you mail for them, yeah. I mean, that to me is full service. It's like part of full service. You are a full-service design company.
Yes.
And then for welcome boxes with Haversack, I'm thinking of a welcome box, but a gift box, whatever it may be, if you're shipping it to your guests or having it ready for them in the hotel room and all that. Do you also ship those for them, for clients?
We drop them off at the hotels.
Okay.
Always.
What if it's a wedding? Like, what if I'm in Florida? Can I work with Haversack?
We've done that. We basically sent everything in the box unassembled, but they're flat, and either if there's a planner there, they do it, or whoever bridal party can do it. We've done things everywhere.
It's helpful because we've had to assemble them ourselves.
And mock-up for them, we'll tell them how to do it, and then they'll assemble it themselves.
Yeah.
As long as nobody loses it.
Yeah. I liked your tequila one because I like tequila.
The tequila was really fun. It was a really fun project.
Yeah. Because I was thinking with those welcome boxes, I would imagine most of them are the same, right? Like or do you like really customize like is
they're box completely custom.
I don't mean the same, but I guess it's like for one wedding, you're probably going to do like each guest gets this, right? Or do you get requests for like, I want my mom to have this, my dad to have this?
No, yeah. They're per guest. And
because that would get a little tricky.
Yeah. But sometimes they'll put a little bride or groom will put a little note in there to the couple, and we'll have their name on the outside, so we have to match it up and everything like that.
But yep. That makes sense.
Usually pretty generic for.
I've seen people ask for like custom door hangers for their hotel room.
We have not those. Done
I'm trying to think of like fun, unique. Are there any? I know COVID's like a thing now, so I'm sure you're probably having to think of like trendy ways of saying things. Like, oh, that's a whole other question too. Have you had to do a lot of reprints and rescheduling? Like, I would imagine so many changes.
We just did one where we sent them a face mask or an eye mask, And so go back to sleep. The wedding's still fun.
Oh
So
my
that was super
God.
fun.
I don't mean to laugh, but that's so cute.
That was cute. It was
I love that.
so yeah, that was fun.
I haven't had to do that yet.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
little silver envelope, but it was cute. So
Oh my
that's
gosh. Yeah, the
that
majority
was
of our
cute.
couples that pushed, we already had their stationery done for most of everybody, or we were so far out that we didn't have to worry about it. But that is such a cute idea. Go back to sleep. The wedding's not for a
Yeah,
while
it was
type
fun
thing.
because it was a fun little play and everything. So
Oh my gosh. That's cute. If people
then
want to contact you, by the way, I'm like, you have to contact them. So how can people best connect with you? Through
you can
Instagram
call,
or
you
email?
can, or phone number, cellular, they can text or email or anything. So
Okay.
call us.
That is so cute. I love your ideas that you have.
Yeah, that was fun. We've done earplugs, like stop listening to things and take a break, and not little yellow earplugs.
Well, that was actually one of the biggest questions from our couples that when they had to reschedule, they're like, how do we tell our guests? Like, how do we verbalize this? Because we don't know when our wedding is next year. So there's almost like the stay tuned, like it's not happening now, but we'll let you know when it will happen. Or I've seen all types of cute phrases, but like,
Hit pause, right? Yeah.
yeah, that's like the main question, like catering, because catering at this point, I'm talking about weddings that were like almost ready to go and then they had to postpone, but like the floral has been figured out, catering's been figured out, entertainment's been figured out. For hotel room blocks and transportation, they simply push it. But stationery was the one thing where they're like, how do we communicate to our guests what's going on?
Well, we've done
So
the invitations we've done that we had to reschedule. We either printed something or created something electronically that matches save the date, matches your invitation or save the date.
yeah.
We just, like I said, we just had a party cancel Monday. They were supposed to have it Friday, which was a little ambitious. But
Yeah. That was here in Chicago?
it was in Wisconsin.
Okay.
So that was nothing too long.
I feel like there's so many words to describe 2020. Adapting is one, pivoting.
Pivoting, the pivot's been kind of my trend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been challenging for everyone. I mean, it's been
Challenging. Getting creative, which you're already doing.
Yeah, we've done some fun things, but I think like right now everyone just wants a green light that they can because
Yeah.
no one really knows what's going to end. So,
You said no one knows when it's going to end, like COVID?
yeah, I mean, when's it really going to end? It's like everyone's getting excited and we have all these invitations ready to go, but no one has, for lack of a better phrase, pulled the trigger or anything. So,
Yeah, because I think everyone that I've spoken, like, I feel like the general consensus with just the world was, maybe it shifted now, but like a month ago, everyone's like, oh, 2021 is going to come and everything's going to be great, you know?
and yeah, not just yet.
But I mean, you can't just like
I think
change
everyone
everything.
2021 we just like it's
Yeah.
So, it'll get better. It'll be fun.
No, I mean, it will get better. It'll get better for sure.
Yeah, and people are excited to celebrate, see each other.
I think it's going to be nuts. Once we get a vaccine and everyone feels comfortable, I think it's just going to be like 2022 for weddings is going to be packed. So if you're planning your wedding and you're watching, I would start booking your vendors now, honestly. We've already had
people don't want to save the dates because even for late 2021, because they're busy theoretically, they want to make sure everybody knows their event this is that day. So we don't want to save the dates, but again, that's contingent upon everything being okay. This is going to be 2021 is going to be busy once everything gets set up, so it'll be good.
I actually have 2 couples that have gotten engaged over the past couple months. I feel like the majority are planning for 2022 because they just don't even want to deal with possible uncertainty, which I totally understand. It's been a headache for everyone, like not even people in the wedding industry, but everyone is kind of like, I don't want to say on hold or on standby, but trying to figure out what to do with their lives. Like, should we book travel for next year? When are we going to see our family? What are you doing, by the way? What are you doing for Thanksgiving and Christmas?
I am going
I don't know what holiday you celebrate, but.
Well, Thanksgiving. One major friend of mine. It's like friends that I see on a regular basis because I basically get my universe in like 10 people that I see, and
Yeah. Are you going to cook anything for Thanksgiving?
I might be cooking pumpkin chocolate peanut butter rolls or something.
Did I hear you say pumpkin chocolate peanut butter?
Well, that pumpkin chocolate or peanut butter chocolate balls. I'll send you some. And I just bought glitter for them too yesterday.
Oh, are these like Buckeye? Do you know the Buckeye candy?
I think so, yeah. But I don't know
I'm
if
from
I'm pumpkin
Ohio.
chocolate or peanut butter chocolate. Maybe pumpkin chocolate.
Pumpkin, says the girl drinking the pumpkin
Yeah,
cold
I
brew.
love pumpkin. Yeah.
Because
I
pumpkin
actually,
will like go out of style next month, right? I feel like November is like the last time.
I'm gonna try the pumpkin Oreos.
Ooh.
They're good.
So, fun fact, my sister, I have several sisters. I'm the oldest of 4 girls. And my one sister lives in Japan. So, she doesn't have access to all of the American food. And so, one of her like guilty pleasures is different color, or not different color, different flavored Oreos. And so, anytime I see any weird flavors, which Oreos makes literally every flavor you could ever think of. Have you noticed this?
Yeah, so yeah, they're pretty crazy. Yeah,
It's insane. It's like a Peeps flavored Oreo. I can't even remember.
They
Then I've
did
seen
fried
s'mores.
Oreos.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah. With the
So
pumpkin
I just
rolls,
buy
yeah.
them and ship them to her. Which it's like to ship something to Japan is like $80 to ship a box of Oreos.
And then she gets
But
some more something.
yeah, exactly. She lives on a tiny island and she's like so into privacy, so she'll be like, "Why are you saying where I live?" But it's like an island, it's hard to get to. She'll be fine. But yeah, you're right. It takes a very long time to get things to her. So I'll try to like ship Christmas related items 2 months prior, which I am realizing I totally failed to do that. But hashtag COVID. So I use COVID as an excuse.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a wedding in Vegas this Saturday. And then I'm not traveling for the holidays. Just, I don't know. I've actually traveled quite a bit during this time, during COVID.
You're worried about it? You're concerned about traveling?
I'm not concerned because if you, I don't want to say do the right things because that sounds so subjective
right.
or something. But like keeping your mask on, washing your hands, all the things that we've been told. I'm not like hanging out in the airports.
Right.
You know, I go, I fly. I barely take my mask off. I might have like a Diet Coke or something, and then quickly sip that. But it's been proven, supposedly research all these things, that there's like really good filters in the planes. So the act of flying itself doesn't bother me. It's just like, you know, with all these restrictions too that are in place, because Chicago is pretty strict compared to a lot of the rest of the country. You know what I mean? But anytime I've traveled, you're supposed to quarantine before and after. You're supposed to get a COVID test. So it's just trying to keep up with all that. It's exhausting, but I'd rather do that and jump through all those hoops in order to travel. Like I don't have to go to Vegas this weekend. I think the hotel that we're getting married at, or they're getting married at, I think it'll be covered. But it's just like with this particular couple, I've been through it with this couple so much. I mean, their wedding was supposed to be in April, and then it was moved to November here in Chicago, and then restrictions have kept changing. They're having a big party next year. So it's just like I've been a part of the drama with them. So I just want to be there with them. But yeah, hopefully it'll be warm there. Aside from the COVID trends, are there any things that you think should be on our radar, whether if you're like a wedding planner that's watching or a couple that's watching, anything that you think we should consider for next year, like colors that are cool, or I don't know, anything that's popping out to you?
Rose gold is still popular.
What is it?
Rose gold is still pretty popular.
Oh, rose gold. Yeah. Do you like that? I love it, but
I see a lot of it.
okay.
So,
okay.
But rose gold is on trend. Grays are still there. What else has been popular?
I love rose gold. It's similar to copper. No, I was saying I love rose gold. I'm not over that trend yet.
No,
I like it.
it's pretty, and it lends itself to a lot of different colors.
Yeah. Would
It's
you
rose
say
gold.
like rose gold's the new black? Like you can pair anything with it, or no?
Well, yeah, it looks nice with navy. It looks nice with gray. It looks nice with pretty much everything. The only thing it doesn't look good, like if you're doing like two metallics together. Sometimes they don't. You can't really differentiate as much with them. Rose gold and silver looks good. I just don't like rose gold and gold. Can't do
I
that.
could get that. It's like too strong, strong
They're
colors.
similar, but they're similar, but they're different, and they don't contrast enough. Which one?
Yeah.
Rose gold and silver looks good.
How often would you do you have couples come to you with an idea, and it's like, ugh, or is it more of like you're helping find their way?
Well, I use the phrase "you can't all wear all your favorite clothes at one time."
That's so
Categorize put all their
good.
favorite ideas on one piece of paper, and you have to edit things with anything.
Yeah.
So it's important to sort of not do everything at once.
I'm typing this out. Okay, you can't wear all of your I love this favorite clothes at one time, because I love that, because the reason why I love it is because that can pertain to the entire wedding planning process. I love that. I'm obsessed with this. I'm going to quote you on this.
And people understand the analogy, so it's pretty.
Okay, so I have a story for you. You can totally relate to this now because this is about that topic. So it's like I had a couple. This is probably 4 years ago at this point, and we were just talking about their floral in general and their overall wedding feel, the aesthetic, the vibe they're going for, and they're an awesome couple to work with. So I don't think that they're watching because they're not getting married. Maybe they miss me and they're watching. But they wanted sunflowers. So sunflowers were really important to the bride because her dad loved sunflowers and her dad passed away, so she wanted to use that. The bride and groom loved hockey. That was a big part of their life. Their dogs were important to them. They also traveled a lot to Hawaii. So they're like, why don't we have like sunflowers, and then like for every table number, they basically wanted to just have this like bleh, like just a mishmash of everything. And I love your phrase, you can't wear all of your favorite clothes at the same time, because it doesn't work. Like I'm literally envisioning me trying to wear a hat and a jacket and like a scarf, and like it just doesn't.
No, it has to be cohesive. It's got to make sense, and you have to look at back. You have to remember to look at what you're going to look at in 10 years about your wedding. I always don't. I wouldn't make everything completely trendy either.
Yeah.
There's a
classic
timeless variable.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a fan. Oh, I love that. Yeah, it's so true. Oh, someone said, did I miss the good parts? Oh, a late viewer. It's okay. This will be recorded and you can watch it later. I hear hockey, so I'm in. Yeah. No, it's true. Like it's hard sometimes as a designer and as a planner to help a couple narrow down. I feel like that's a lot of our job, is to really hone in on what's important to the couple, what they want to focus on, what they want to highlight. Because even with down to like a cake flavor, like you can say, I like chocolate and I like Oreo and I like caramel, and okay, well you have to choose, like unless you want a tier of all of those things, you have to choose a couple, and then that's when you and I come in as the professional and help guide them and say, in terms of a cake, like, well, why don't we try cupcakes? Or you know what I mean? Because you never want to say no to a couple.
No, you need to navigate gently through the journey.
Navigate is a word of 2020 as well.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah.
As we navigate through these times. Right. Thank you for your insight. Potential fruit. Oh, here, someone said, I once tried to wear all my clothes at once. It ended in a pretty expensive hospital visit. Yeah, I can see that. Just walking around. That's a good way. If I think I had a friend say that they were trying to go on Spirit Airlines without taking a bag. So they just wore all their clothes. I'm like, you are ridiculous.
Yeah, well, Spirit's whole other conversation. Yeah. No, yeah, it's because again, everybody.
You opened a can of worms with that comment.
No, but you bring everything you like to your special day, and sometimes you need to sort of pull back a little bit.
Yeah. navigating. I mean, yeah, like I said, a lot of our job is educating and then also helping
Educating,
cater.
empathizing, and yeah. So it's a good. It's
Do you ever feel like you're stuck in the middle of whether it's parents and the couple or like, because as a planner, I don't want to say stuck in the middle, but sometimes I'll have something will come up and I kind of like just let them discuss and listen. Does that come up during your stationery meetings with couples? And do you ever feel like you're a therapist is what I was going?
a bartender, but yes. Yeah.
You said what?
A bartender.
A bartender?
Because everybody tells their stories of the bartender. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Totally. I used to bartend for 14 years. Can you believe that?
And
It's a long time.
Yeah, the mother-in-law, but for the most part, everybody gets along pretty well.
Yeah, I feel like usually they talk it out amongst themselves and they figure it out. Every now and then they'll turn to me and they'll be like, what do you think? And I'll be like, well, I mean, they've already said it themselves.
Right.
They usually find the answer amongst themselves. But it's nice, and I think this pertains to you too, of like, we've seen so many weddings and we've dealt with so many couples that we are able to give a non-biased opinion. Because if it's like, do we make the stationery blue because my mom likes that? Or do we make it gray because my dad likes that? And we're able to come in with a non-biased opinion and just say, knowing this,
Right.
we think you should do this color, you know?
Right,
And they're like, okay.
Okay, without acting like you're picking sides. So. Yes.
You what?
Without acting like you're picking sides.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, which is sometimes.
Do you usually feel like you get your way in terms of what you're recommending? Like, have you ever recommended something and clients are like, no, I want...
Probably 95% of the time.
Okay.
Because, I mean, we're the professionals and trust us.
Yes.
And you establish that trust through the journey of the design process and so forth. But most of the time, I think people respect the input that I give.
Yeah, same. I'm trying to think of an example that I've had where I've given advice and it hasn't been taken. Knock on wood, usually the advice is taken, like you're saying.
Yeah, because again, we're the professionals, and that's why.
Of course. Yeah.
Which is good.
I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I can't think of anything. Well, I used to be so against balloons. Like, I had a bride who like wanted a cluster of balloons at every table. We ended up not doing that. But if someone has a vision, you want to try to
Elevate so much recently too. The category.
What's that?
The balloons have elevated themselves a little bit. They look nicer. Balloons.
Can you come closer to the
balloons? No, I mean they look nice. The balloons look nicer.
Yeah. Yes. Have you worked with Luft balloons?
No, I run past their studio all the time. There's always so much coming out there, but they do a good job.
Yeah, they do. They do. We just worked with them. We had a micro wedding with them last month. Actually, we did a live wedding it was on a Wednesday. And so it's like, we're already doing live wedding Wednesdays. Might as well, like, I talked to the couple in advance, but that was kind of cool. I don't know if I'll be able to do that again. Like, that was my first Wednesday wedding. Have you seen Wednesday weddings or weekday weddings? I've seen Friday and Monday.
No, I need to. Yeah.
I feel like with COVID, people are, how do I word it? They're more open-minded.
Well, like galas are on Thursdays now. Like all the galas and things like that, they're on different days now. Because it doesn't have to be Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, speaking of galas, you won an award recently.
Oh, yes. From
Modern Luxury.
Modern Luxury.
And what was it for?
For Best Invitation Design.
You're like, wait, here you go.
Super fun.
Congratulations.
That was fun.
What was it for? It was for Best Invitation? What was it for?
Best Invitation Design, 2012.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, they didn't. It was actually supposed to be a huge live event, and they downsized it to a virtual gala.
Yeah. That's cool that you have an actual physical award to display.
Yeah, it was exciting. Yeah, we got another one for something else too. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man. I feel like I run into you at all these networking events usually. I'm starting to miss that.
Yes.
I'm fine, like obviously I'm chatty. I'm fine with these virtual calls, but I'm really looking forward to, and I think other people are too, of seeing everyone in person. I'm thinking that like it's gonna be like the Roaring '20s again.
Yeah, nobody can take as much. So it's like I think the last big event I went to was the post office opening. The old new post office.
Yeah, that was really nice.
I think that was one of the last events.
So. Yeah, the old post office. If people watching are not familiar here in Chicago, it is gorgeous. They redid everything, and it's I would recommend checking it out if you have time, even if you're not planning a wedding. Like you should just
gorgeous.
Go.
They did an amazing job.
I think they have a bar that's open to the public. On I forget what level.
Nice. Yeah.
Right, maybe not open now. Right now in Chicago, for people watching, we're not allowed to have indoor dining here in Chicago. So I actually
museums closed.
What is museums? I know.
No more museums. That's gone. So.
Which makes sense. I wanted to go. I think it's the art museum. They had a Monet exhibit, and I love Impressionism. And I actually need to look into that. It's really difficult to keep up with all the different procedures. Like we have clients on the West Coast and East Coast, and it's so difficult. I'm just venting to you at this point. But it's like it's been extra work, obviously, trying to keep track of like, our clients are like, well, can we do this? How many, and it's just trying to remember and keep up with Vegas. And we have clients in Miami, Florida, and New York. And it's just like every place is different.
It's can't keep track.
Yeah.
I didn't really, it was in Seattle in September, and they were different. I was like, every state has different rules. So.
What was it like in Seattle? Were they allowing in person? Okay.
They were stricter than here, but that was September. But yeah, they were pretty diligent about everything.
Yeah.
They don't seem kind of lackadaisical compared to Seattle, which was kind of surprising.
Seattle, I've not been to.
I
want to go to Portland. I heard Portland is like kind of funky, but in a good way. Really good food.
Yeah. The hotel was on lockdown.
You said what was the letdown?
No, I mean, you couldn't. The restaurant was really open. When you travel, the gym was closed, things like that. But.
Yeah, I know. That gives me an excuse to not work out. Then, like, I found every excuse to not work out, even though at this point you can work out at home. Like, there are enough programs and
attention bands.
Well, I usually do hot yoga, so that's a little tricky. I'm not going to crank up the heat in my apartment. So I'm sweating, but.
There's so many outdoor exercise classes out too.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks, Aaron.
So it's we started to save the dates for 2021. Nobody's actually mailing them yet.
No one's what?
Actually mailed to save the dates for 2021 now. And we're working with a lot of clients doing that now too.
Yeah.
It's all planned and not executed right now. So.
Yeah, I would imagine. And then what percentage of your clients do you think had to change their original stationery? Like what percentage of your clients had to move to their date and whatnot?
Everyone since COVID since started. And we did an event. It was mental the day before everything got shut down. I mean, it's been challenging.
Yeah.
But I think people that had the weddings, they finally got it taken care of before.
Yeah.
Just barely, but.
I know. I think of my brides who got married and grooms who got married, and few and far between. But we had a couple January, February, and it's aren't you glad that you were able to get in?
And there was talk of COVID, but nothing major. But it was.
I don't think it really hit everyone.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
But again, we thought it was gonna be a little bit. I was like, 3 weeks, we're good. That's not the case. So.
Well, I hate to say it, but we are almost to 8:00 Central. So
hopefully you can hear a percentage of this.
Yeah, no, and would love to have you on the show again because there's always so much to talk about when it comes to wedding planning and stationery, and customization and all that stuff. So thank you for being on the show, and
Thank you.
hopefully we will see you again soon.
Yes, be safe.
Have a good
be careful.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so it is to be determined whether or not we're going to go on next week. I'm going to say yes, we're going to have a show next week. Because, why not? A lot of people are going to be at home with their loved ones, and we'd love for you to join us. So let's just plan on it, even if it's just me talking your faces off. So hopefully we'll see you next week, same place, same time. So again, a reminder, you obviously are watching and you joined us, or maybe you're watching post after this is aired, but we are going to be going live next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. If you're not able to watch, maybe you can watch another time, but we really hope that everyone has a very, very safe Thanksgiving. And I can't stress that enough. So be well, wash your hands, all that stuff, and have a great night. Bye, guys.